All right, today we're going to do some more writing equations. Now, we've written an equation of a line with a slope and a point, but now we're going to do one that are parallel and perpendicular. Now, this is our point-slope form. We're still going to go ahead and use them. I'm not going to spend long on here today because we've already gone over this, but I just wanted to keep this here so that you understand that this is the form that we're still going to use. Whenever we've got to write an equation of a line, we're going to use this form. All right, a point and a slope, those are the two things we need. All right, today we want to talk about what does it mean to be parallel and perpendicular in terms of writing equations. Now, parallel lines are lines that obviously never intersect. You should probably know that from geometry or times from before. And in order to be parallel, and if this one has a slope of 2, that means it goes up 2 and over 1. In order for this to continue to be parallel, it's got to go up and over the same rate that this one's going over. So if this one's going up 2 and over 1, it has to also go up 2 and over 1. Notice the only difference in that equation is this last value, this b value. This one goes through at 5, and this one goes through at -1. But those slopes are the same. For parallel, they will always be the same slope. Now, perpendicular is a little bit harder. Remember, that's the type that gives you like a plus sign or a corner or a right angle. They are opposite reciprocals of each other. They have a slope of -1. Their product is -1. So if this one's 3, the opposite of 3 is negative. And then remember, reciprocal, what we do is we take this as a fraction, 3 over 1, and we flip it to 1 over 3. So 3 times -1 over 3 does give us that -1. So we're always going to take this number, flip it, and change its sign. So we're going to take the 3, flip it to 1/3, and change its sign to negative. All right, that's what it means to be perpendicular. So the perpendicular ones are harder than the parallel. We'll at least do one of each to go ahead and show you. All right, let's start with one of those parallel ones. Write an equation of a line parallel to this one, but through for -2. Now, the slope here is always the number in front of the x when it's y equals. If it's not y equals, you do need to make it y equals. You need to solve it and get the y by itself. So the slope of this line is -2. And for my new line, since they're parallel, it is also -2. So nothing changes. So I can just kind of steal that -2 here. The rest of this equation, this +3, I don't care about. I'm going to take this slope and this point. Remember, that's what I need. I need a point and a slope for my point-slope form. So now I'm going to just plug it in. Y minus the -2. Again, it's a negative, so we're going to have that double negative. -2 goes in there, and then x minus 4. Double negative makes a positive. Distribute. -2 times -4 is +8, and -2 times x is just -2x. Subtract 2 from both sides, and so our equation of our line is y equals -2x plus 6. Close to this one, notice how the -2x is the same in both of them, +6 but +3. But this one here will go through 4, -2. This line here does not, and that's fine. This one's parallel to that one, but through this point. All right, let's try a perpendicular one. Slope-intercept form of a line that passes through 3, -2 and is perpendicular to this line. So first we got to take a look at its slope. Its slope here is -5. So we have to do our opposite reciprocal. And -5 as a fraction is -5 over 1. So when we flip it, we get 1 over 5. And again, we're changing the sign and making it positive. So our new slope is 1/5. So I'm going to take this 1/5 plus this point, and I'm going to plug it into my formula. Those are the only two things we need. Once I've gotten that, I don't need this formula anymore. This +1 means nothing to me. So here's my order pair 3, -2, and that's what's going to get plugged into this formula. So the 3, -2, the -2 again gives you the double negative. The 3 is just fine. So the double negative gives us +2. 1/5 x times x is just 1/5 x. And 1/5 times 3 is -3/5. We are going to have to subtract the 2. And when we subtract 2, we get -13/5. And this formula may not be the prettiest one in the world, but it's the correct answer. That's the formula of a line that's perpendicular, but goes through the point 3, -2. So if we were to graph this one with the other one, it would form a plus sign, and this one would go through 3, -2. Let's try one more. Write an equation of a line that passes through 3, 5 and is perpendicular here. So this is 3. So if I want something that's perpendicular, I have to flip it to 1/3 and make it negative. So my new slope here is -1/3. That goes in here for my m. My order pair is 5 and 3. No double negatives this time because there's no negative. Distribute. Y minus 5 equals -1/3 x plus 1. The double negative makes a plus, and that 1/3 of 3 is just 1. So I need to add 5 to both sides, and y equals 1/3 x plus 6. And that's my answer. And that's what I have for you today.